Hey, you know what would be funny? Deleting the script for this episode before getting any of the on-screen stuff filmed. Oh, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Ah, crap. I need a segue. Why not Godzilla? What can I say about Godzilla? He's among the monster of monsters. The king of the monsters, if you will. He is a brute force of destruction that can't be stopped no matter how hard we try. He is unstoppable. The only things that can stop Godzilla are other giant monsters, and even then, it's not much. Before we dig into the comic, let's dig into the actual history of Godzilla. Godzilla was created by Toho Studios in 1954 under the original name Gojira. The film was written by Takeo Murata and Ishiro Honda, as well as Ishiro Honda directing the movie. He was the Spielberg of Japan. The story of a monster that was born of nuclear radiation destroying Japan was an allegory for the then recent bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In 1956, it was dubbed for America under the name Godzilla King of the Monsters. The first sequel would set the stage for the rest of the Godzilla franchise. Released in 1955, 1959 for the US, it saw the return of Godzilla and a new monster, Anguirus. 1955 all the way up to 2020, Godzilla has fought an army of monsters. Too many to list, but here are some. Anguirus, as mentioned before, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan, Hedorah, Gigan, Jet Jaguar, Batra, and Mechagodzilla. Hell, in 1962, 1963 for the US, Godzilla even fought King Kong. And in 2020, Godzilla is going to have a rematch with good old King Kong. Oh, we're not done just yet. 1954 to 1975 was the Showa era. 1984 to 1995 was the Heisei era, excluding the 1998 American Godzilla starring Matthew Broderick. 1999 to 2004 was the Millennium era, and the latest, starting with Godzilla 2014, is the Legendary era. For simplicity's sake, I include Shin Godzilla and the Netflix Godzilla anime trilogy in that branding as well. Finally, we can start taking a look at the story. So let's take a look at Godzilla Oblivion number 5. Before we look at that spicy cover, we have to look into the backstory a bit. Godzilla Oblivion is a 5-issue miniseries from IDW Publishing. Scientists open up a portal to a dimension where the monsters rule. After exploring the world and a battle between Rodan and Mechagodzilla, the scientists escape but are followed by King Ghidorah. Godzilla begins to attack and we get a classic Godzilla vs. Ghidorah fight. Also, an army of Mechagodzillas. That is awesome. The military finds the dead body of Ghidorah and rebuilds him into Mecha King Ghidorah, a woman named Ridley controlling him via a VR headset. They start to fight, and that's where our story we're looking at today picks up. The cover is actually really good. Surprisingly, it actually feels like the cover to not only just a Godzilla comic, but one of the movies, which is actually pretty good. The monsters all try to attack Mecha King Ghidorah to little success. Mothra gives Godzilla a power-up and we cut to a scene of some of the other monsters. You got Biollante chilling in the city, Zilla doing something. Even in the comics you're useless, Zilla! King Caesar sitting on a building like a throne. Did everyone just forget that King Caesar is a helpful monster? Batra flies out of the ocean and the scientists just kind of lose hope. They develop some sort of little microscopic machines to build a giant portal to easily get to another world where there are no monsters. Ridley dies during the battle with Godzilla, and that means Ghidorah is done for. We have hell yeah! Godzilla about to throw down with Hedorah. Hedorah is my favorite monster, so let's see how this battle goes down! He's taken out in one hit from Godzilla's atomic breath. Oh, come on! Our comic ends on the destruction of the world, the remaining humans jumping ship to a new universe and all the monsters dying. I think. The art is cartoony, which I like. I like cartoony art. The monsters, while cartoony looking, resemble their movie counterparts. Save for Zilla in this one panel. For being only a 5-issue miniseries, it's certainly a hell of a lot better and way more entertaining than this Godzilla series. If you can, please try to track down a copy of this series. It's only 5 issues, so you really don't have too much to worry about. And in my opinion, it is the perfect Godzilla story. The monsters fight on nearly every page, and the human stuff isn't that important, so you can just skip over it and not feel lost. Well, that's all for now. Till next time, Mr. Maskie, signing off.